Whether it's your first time here or you're a regular here at Mr. Super Oz, I just want to thank you for tuning in to the channel. It exists because I, Oz, from the channel Mr. Super Oz, I wrote a 68-page graphic novel called Everlasting Survivors. Volume 1 is called All Day Long. If you follow the link in the description of this video, you can get yourself hats, shirts, posters, all kinds of fun things. But most importantly, you can get the story itself. And the more people that pick up the story, the greater the chances are that there can be continued adventures with these heroes. If you could, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, enjoy. Now that we are going to Day of Reckoning, we will open up with the Cruiserweight Championship match that we didn't open SmackDown with. Exactly.
Beautiful.
Yes. So, like I said, since we weren't able to, well, not able, but because I didn't book the Cruiserweight match to happen on SmackDown, it opens the show here. And due to Chavo having that beatdown from the big beast Brock,
Yep.
he comes up short against Bishop Storm in the opener, and Storm retains, and is still currently the only title holder in the Regal Counter Threat, which actually is probably rubbing Mr. Regal himself wrong, because, you know, it's...
What, jealousy from Lord Steven Regal?
Oh, come on. Who would have thought, right?
Who would have guessed it?
But post that Cruiserweight Championship match, we have the mixed tag match, which is Tori Wilson and Tajiri taking on Nydia and Jamie Noble.
For sure.
So, in this match, Tajiri, he spits the green mist toward Jamie, but he ducks down, or ducks out of the way.
And catches Nydia.
Yeah. Tajiri catches Nydia, but Jamie is so devastated by the fact that
Because he's a kind soul.
exactly, and he goes to check on Nydia, and she's so mad. Like, it's not the black mist, so she's not blinded like they did in the
no, it's a
story.
casual agreement, so it just stings.
And so she's just mad at Jamie for moving, and so she slaps him, pie faces him away, and Tajiri, he takes advantage. He hits a big kick. Jamie down 1, 2, 3. Tajiri, hot baby face, cheer. He's playing to the crowd. Everything's good. And him and Tori walk out. And but as Jamie is getting up from this loss, he's still forgiving of Nydia. He goes to her and he's like, "Oh, baby, let me help you." And she has none of it. She hits him with a low blow, and Nydia walks out on Jamie Noble. And so, just as a piece of information to the audience, this will be the last time Nydia is booked on Alpha Entertainment Worldwide SmackDown, because behind the scenes, Steph McMahon, represented by me, made a deal with Mick Foley, represented
by me.
Yes. And so Nydia has been traded to enter the Raw Women's Division, and
we need some bodies.
Who she has been traded for will be revealed when the time is right. So, moving on, the third match of the night is Matt Hardy, captain of his team,
Of course.
with his Mattitude follower, Shannon Moore, taking on the Hurricane and Jeff Hardy, and they do not establish who the captain of their team is.
Fascinating.
So Matt, throughout the match, is flustered because he doesn't know who to try.
Who to pin?
Yeah,
who do I pin?
Yeah, he doesn't know who to go after.
Oh, this is actually phenomenal.
And so it's actually Jeff and Hurricane using Matt's own logic against him. This whole manipulation of the rules.
Yeah, because there's no rule that actually says you need to announce your captain.
So
That's brilliant.
So the problem, though, is Matt actually has been getting through to somebody behind the scenes. And so there's a man who enters this tornado tag match, or Team Extreme Tornado match.
Yeah, right. I got you.
I try not to say the word tag because there's not actually tags in a tornado match.
Yes, you are accurate in that assessment.
And so this man who comes out during the match,
I'm assuming wearing a balaclava or some type of
he
mask.
he is currently identity unrevealed.
Okay.
Yes. So he hits Hurricane with a chair.
Okay.
He goes down, and when Jeff goes to make the save, he gets a gut shot from the chair. But when Jeff is doubled over, Matt hits a twist of fate on Jeff. We're on the outside, by the way.
Okay.
And so Shannon is just aghast. He's impressed that Matt has a new follower.
That foresight.
But the thing is, because no captain has been revealed, Matt, who's a smart man, he pins both guys.
Brilliant.
And so Matt doesn't care who the captain was because he has pinned the captain by pinning both
He
men.
pinned the captain by default.
And so
Brilliant.
this masked individual who is the newest Magnitude follower, he grabs the Cruiserweight Tag Team titles and gives them to Matt and Shannon because they have retained.
Yeah.
And while Matt is so pleased with this, he actually gives Shannon both titles, and he embraces the man in the mask, and then pulls it off to reveal it's Crash Holly. And so
Phenomenal.
and so that's why I have Shannon holding both straps is
Poetry.
to do
The big reveal.
to do the big reveal. And so upon the reveal of Crash Holly being the new Manitou follower, Matt says, "Go forth, my son," like with the mic. He says, "Go forth, my son." They're still on the outside, by the way.
I got you.
Go forth, my son, and prove that you have learned from the master of Manitou.
Tutelage.
And so Crash is now in the ring, and he's saying, "Come on." And so his former Cruiserweight Tag Team champion partner, Spike Dudley, answers the call. Spike comes down to the ring, and he's nose face to face, nose to nose with Crash. He's like, "What are you doing?
How
held,
could you? We were friends."
Yeah, we had the titles these guys won.
Yeah.
And so at this point, Crash, he beats down, he clotheslines out Spike.
My heart.
So Spike is now on the outside with Shannon and Matt, who they hold nothing back. These two guys are actually beating down Spike Dudley, and out comes Billy Kidman to make the save.
Oh, okay.
And so at this point, it's craziness. Stephanie comes out. She says,
I don't like all this.
She says, "Security, I need you to get Matt, Shannon, Jeff, and Hurricane away from ringside. Get them to the back.
Yeah.
And Crash, Spike, Kidman, we're doing this match. We're doing it now.
Triple
Threat, Cruiserweight, and once everybody's, we'll ring the bell. Let's just do it."
Love it. Love it.
And so for the fun of the action, for the development of Crash Holly's character, and to stack the deck in this here debut of Day of Reckoning,
Yeah.
we have, like I said, just a really great
Classic cruiserweight.
and a contrast of styles too. Like Spike is
Oh,
a daredevil.
Yeah.
Kidman is a great athlete,
Yeah.
and Crash, with this new attitude, is ruthless and willing to do
dirty,
it.
gritty.
Yes.
Love that.
And so with that, it only makes sense for Crash Holly to go over, and
I would guess so.
and he defeats Spike Dudley,
You.
en route to his victory. So as Crash is going up the ramp, we have Matt and Shannon meet him up top with the titles. They all embrace.
That's
Good times.
This is great. I love this.
So next up we have that trios match I was explaining, which would if the Regal Counter Threat can win, would get King William back in title contention.
Yeah.
So we have Night Test, Rook Nowinski, and King William taking on Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, and Edge. So it's funny, I said that Edge broke his neck in the match with Eddie Guerrero in real life, right?
Yeah, I do remember this.
So it's true, but upon researching real time, he did get hurt, and he knew he got hurt, but he didn't go home.
Wow.
He was a really dumb person.
Yeah.
And so
I
I
wonder his
thought,
career ended so early.
so I thought to myself, I was like, well, Adam, if you're gonna do it in real life, I'll have you do it here. So Adam Copeland wins this match
Edge.
by defeating Night Test. But more importantly than that, throughout the match, Booker T, who's taken great offense to King William, giving himself the moniker of King, takes him, fights him out to the back to ensure that it's actually 3-on-2.
Yeah.
Advantage babyface, surprisingly.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
But because Booker is just insulted and irritated at the way that Regal has demonstrated or acted throughout.
Of course.
And so, like I said, I put Edge over because it was explicitly stated that if the bad guys won, Regal would get a shot. But Eddie, being a defending champion, is going to acknowledge that with Edge's victory in the match that he'll give him a shot later. But that's just
integrity. The
Yes.
integrity
Yes.
of the liar, the cheater, and the stealer.
Oh, I just love the dichotomy of Eddie Guerrero. He has those two sides to him.
Yeah. It's phenomenal, guys.
And so, originally I was going to book this as my semi-main event, but because I had two trios matches, I wanted to put something between them. So the buffer between the two trios matches is Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus Big Evil Chuck Palumbo.
Big Chuck.
And yeah, exactly, Big Chuck. He always had that great hair.
Yeah.
Oh my
Had a
goodness.
phenomenal. He's always had a phenomenal head of hair.
Yes. And so I'm putting over the man with the great head of hair over the old man with no hair.
Oh, he's been bald his whole career.
Exactly, yeah. So Hogan does what he does best here in Alpha Entertainment Worldwide. He looks up at the lights. He gets that 1, 2, 3 counted shoulders to the mat.
Clap it up, ladies and gentlemen.
And,
Hogan doing what he should have done the majority of the end of his career.
Correct. But from there we get the MPAA, D'Lo Brown, Farouk, and Bradshaw.
Cool.
Mark Henry backing them up, taking on Big Show, A-Train, and Justin Credible in the semi-main event. And of course, because this is my world, I have to put over D'Lo Brown in the semi-main. He pins Justin Credible.
Go ahead, D-Lo.
Because, I love D'Lo. I think he's great. I would have made it Farouk, but
Yeah, Farouk's had his glory.
yeah, exactly. We just want to give D'Lo that nice little pat on the back.
Especially since we gave him an extra world title run. So, I feel like it evens out.
Yes. So, the main event is a match that happened a lot during the Ruthless Aggression era. Both guys wrestled on both sides of the fence, both good and bad. But every time that Brock Lesnar stepped into the ring with The Undertaker, they delivered because they both have that heavy-handed style.
Absolutely.
And it goes well together, these two guys. And that Paul Heyman connection, like I alluded to during the promo segment, is definitely a big part of why I think that they fit so well together.
Indeed.
And so Brock being the next big thing, the Beast, the Young Gun, the most dangerous man, the future, he does go over the Dead Man, and it just makes sense. He beat...
Feels right.
He beat The Rock at SummerSlam, and he beats The Undertaker here at Day of Reckoning. It's just, to me, it's the right way to go.
The legacy grows.
Yes.
As they say.
And so with the first Day of Reckoning in the books,
I love pay-per-view.
it is time to go to